Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Full Out. This is a real treat. Shapel Lacey is on the show today. He is a stand-up, and I know him from stand-up, but he was also a competitive college cheerleader in the same era that I was. So it was so fun to catch up and chat about all of that stuff. And we have a lot of shared people we know, and you can see him on tour all over. Go to his socials. He's probably coming to your city, and I highly recommend. He's so funny.
Now, introducing Full Out with Brittany Ross.
He just says Josh. That's all they really want anyways.
And then Brittany, I'll take your phone over here because in the other edits it doesn't
okay.
on the side.
Yeah. Gosh, I'm getting my phone taken away. I feel like I'm in.
Damn,
I feel like I'm in high
right
school.
Now.
She's my teacher.
Actually, when I was in high school, phones weren't popping yet.
Yeah, me too. I don't even. I remember I had a phone, but I don't remember.
There wasn't a lot of people that had it.
Bringing it to school.
Yeah. Also, when I was there wasn't a lot of people that had phones.
What year did you finish high school?
What year was I supposed to finish?
Yeah.
I was supposed to graduate 2005, but I did. But I did it the next year. I was like, I'll just do it next year.
Okay, great.
Yeah, I was
amazing.
Like, you know what? Hey, can I stay a little longer?
I graduated in 2004, and
04?
I had a phone.
Oh, okay, so we were apart.
I think when I was 16, I had a phone. I remember the big deal about my phone was it took pictures.
Oh, okay.
But the grainiest
so around that time,
pictures ever.
You said you were 16?
I think so.
I guess the
yeah.
Razor wasn't out yet.
I had a Samsung something.
Yeah.
It was
or like the Nokia.
I'm really excited to have you on because you're actually a competitive college cheerleader too, like me.
Yeah.
And I feel like we talked about it briefly at one show, but that's it. That's all. I haven't talked to you about it much. And you cheered at Louisville.
Yep, in Trinity Valley.
Yeah. I cheered at Hawaii Pacific, and I cheered at University of Houston for a semester.
Oh, okay. Are you from Houston?
Kind of, yeah. My family's from Houston,
okay,
so I was living there. And then I went to, so I was on a team. Where are you from?
I'm from Arizona.
Oh, you're from, what team how did you get into cheerleading then? Do you talk about cheerleading a lot? Do people ask you about it?
People always, because they're just like, how?
I know. I feel like you get the exact opposite reaction that I get. People are like, I'm like, I was a cheerleader. They're like, okay, yeah, we already knew that just by looking at you.
Oh, yeah, I was going to say that.
We're exactly opposite.
Yeah.
I wish people didn't think that about me.
I know.
Yeah.
It is kind of wild. I mean, I got into cheerleading because I had a crush on this girl. I played in I used to play in small punk bands. They didn't really do much. We didn't really play shows. We just jammed a lot. And the drummer, he has a sister named Marissa Lopez. Shouts out Marissa. We're still friends to this day. But anyway, so he and I used to jam together and stuff like that. And she was a cheerleader. I think one day we were somewhere. I can't remember. We were just in a park. All of us. We were just all hanging at a park. And then I remember she was doing round up handsprings and stuff like that. And then I was like, I could do that stuff, right? And she was like, no way. I go, yeah. And then I did a round up tuck.
Could you? You could.
Yeah, I could.
You just taught yourself.
So, yeah, I taught myself. So when I was younger.
I thought you were just going to try and impress her. And
No.
Try
I knew
it.
it. Yeah, I knew it. Because when I was younger, I would watch a lot of martial art films.
Okay.
And I loved all that stuff. So when I would see them doing flips, I would go outside and try it.
Isn't it so funny, the childhood stuff that you could just be like, I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
I think now knowing what it is, if my daughter went out to just try backflips outside, I'd be like, no. You're going to break your neck.
No
Don't
way.
do that.
You're no way.
I learned in my friend's bedroom at a sleepover, and we lined up 3 in a row next to each other in a tiny room. You
just made me realize how crazy it is that because I was I had to be 6.
Yeah, that is
6,
insane
7, yeah,
to just go outside and try and flip your body up. And now that you know what it is.
Yeah.
It's scary, right?
Yeah, it is. I was like, this is actually very scary.
Yeah, I know.
So the fact that I was doing that, I was like, it's wild.
Yeah.
So because of those martial art films and stuff like that, all I had was a round off tuck though. That was the only thing I could really do. And which is
impressive though. It's not the only thing.
Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And I had a standing back handspring.
Okay.
I had that. Yeah.
Which that also is weird that you taught yourself how to do, because I feel like a backflip feels a little more like you could watch it and see it, but a back handspring has like some gymnastics elements to it that you just watched it and taught yourself. That is funny.
Well, there's this Wyclef John Fuji's video. They did like a rendition of Staying Alive by the Bee Gees.
Okay.
And in the music video, they had this like dance battle scene. And I remember they were in the street and this guy did a back handspring, and I always thought it was like the coolest thing. And then so that's when I started doing the back handsprings and stuff like that.
That's so funny.
So then
would you do them at recess?
Yeah, all the time.
That's all
it was.
Did
it was like
recess.
it was like the trick. And also like I mean, it had mad height, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So people just thought it was like so wild, you know?
Yeah. I mean, my teachers would let me do, I would just go by, I was so weird. I just go by myself and do back handsprings across the field all recess.
Yeah.
But like, I can't believe.
It's the coolest thing.
Yeah. But now looking at how they teach school and all the safety stuff, I'm like, are they letting kids just like flip around on the grass?
And no one was saying anything about it.
No. If anything, they're like, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as like the teachers go, the kids thought it was cool.
Yeah.
But
yeah, it's crazy. Okay.
So then what was it? So I taught myself all that stuff, and then when I showed her, and then she was just like, "Oh my God, you want to join cheer with me?" I go, "Yeah."
It's basically like, she's like, "Do you want to sleep with me?"
It wasn't even like you know, like I just said yeah, like immediately.
Yeah, no question.
Like do something with you, yeah. Like I didn't even hear cheerleading, you know. I can hang out with you every day. I don't care. And so I joined cheer. In that first, it was a competitive gym called Arizona Heat. It's no longer there, but like, so, but yeah, when I walked in, I was like, this is wild. You know, I was like, I didn't understand it, but I thought it was cool, you know, but I just didn't understand it. I was just like, what is this even like?
You can't even like comprehend what you're looking at.
Yeah, because I was like, this is not what I thought cheerleading was. Because obviously what most people think cheerleading is like what you see on the sidelines at school.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But this was like, I was like, oh, they do routines. They actually do like routines and like these, you know, and it's like 2 minutes and 30 seconds of so much stuff.
Yeah.
You know, into this routine, right? So
it is crazy that it's only 2 minutes and 30 seconds. I haven't really thought about that since now, like doing time as a stand-up. Can you imagine if they were like, you need to do everything you can possibly do as a stand-up in 2 minutes and 30 seconds?
It's the craziest thing.
It is really short.
Yes, it's short.
And there's a lot that happens.
A lot.
That's crazy.
That happens.
Yeah.
So I just remember, so when I joined, you know, like I'd say my first year, I didn't really understand it. You know what I mean? I wasn't like coordinated, but I could do, they didn't have me do much. I was like a front spot. You know,
oh my gosh, a front spot for the people who don't know cheerleading doesn't really do anything. They're just there for safety, kind of.
Straight up safety. Like they didn't have, I wasn't doing anything by myself. They didn't have me doing any like
a front spot is the only one where they're like, if we don't have one, it's okay.
Yeah. Like it's
fine
not needed,
if we don't have one.
But it's just like, we're going to place you here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And, you know, like but anyways, I didn't understand it. So then I remember I overheard, I don't know how I heard this. I think I overheard, maybe the people were saying it to my face, but they were just like, oh, he'll never be good at cheerleading. Right? They were like, he'll never be good. Because I was like, there was just nothing in me. They were probably saying it to your face
because that's how cheerleaders
are.
Yeah.
Because there was nothing in me that like I had no coordination or anything like that. But I'm such a dog that like when I hear stuff like that, I'm like, all right, bet. Right?
Yeah.
I'm kind of like how Jordan was with all that. Like you take that personally. I took that personally for sure.
Yeah, I get that.
And so I remember that summer, I spent every day in the gym, like every day. I was there every day, like crazy, right? And I was just like working on my tumbling, stunts or whatever I could, whatever I was doing at that time. But so this would be my routine for cheer, like that summer after that first year. I would go in, and in the cheer gym they had all these like NCAA All-Star National VHSs, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yep. And so
those are like competitions.
Yeah, so it's like competition. Yes,
past competitions.
And so I would sit there and I'd watch all those videos and I'd watch to see like I was seeing like the best teams ever, like Cheer Athletics, Spirit of Texas, like all these cheer gyms out in Texas, and and gym time in Louisville and all that stuff. And I would watch like, and I'm like, oh, okay. I was like, okay, okay, and then so like I would watch that before I would go out to the gym. Then I would go out and just work, all that stuff. And then I got really good.
And then you were like, remember when you said
really,
I wasn't going to be good
like,
at all?
I got like really, really good.
You got really upset. I mean, I get that. I remember practicing because I switched from gymnastics to cheerleading.
Yeah.
And I didn't get the coordination of cheerleading either at first. And I remember I was like, I didn't make my team the first year in 7th grade at my school, even though I could like tumble so well.
For sure.
And I was so much better than all of these girls that were trying out for 7th grade cheerleading. And I didn't make it because like I didn't know how to hold my hands properly. My wrists were like bent and I wasn't loud enough. And I was like, oh my God, I remember just practicing for hours and hours in my room in front of my full-length mirror, just like all night until like midnight. I'd just be like practicing.
Yeah.
And I had a trampoline. I'd be practicing because it wasn't really the tumbling that I like, same with you. Like I could tumble. Yeah. I just needed to learn how to like do it their way.
Exactly. Yeah, that was the thing too. Because I was like, obviously, like I'm backyard tumbler, so it's a little different, but like so I had to clean it up, obviously for.
But that's crazy that what did your parents think did your parents see you doing this all summer? No. They were just like, okay, whatever. No. We don't know what you're doing.
I have a crazy childhood. They didn't care. They didn't give a damn. Yeah, they were like, what is he doing? Yeah. But no,
do you have siblings?
Yeah, I have a lot.
You have a lot? Did any of them see you cheering?
Yeah. They see me cheering, stuff like that. Yeah. They my brother, he passed away, God rest his soul.
Sorry.
He was the only one that ever like seen me cheer.
Okay.
Like he like seen me, like he would come to my practices, and also he's seen me like compete and stuff like that. Yeah.
Okay.
So he's the only one that's ever like seen it. But like, what's crazy? This is actually crazier. Dudes from my high school would come to my cheer competitions.
Whoa.
Because they were like, yo, Shapel does this. He does cheerleading, but it's not like what he's like. It's not like the sideline shit. It's he's literally like, you guys just got to see it.
That's amazing.
And I'm telling you, like these bros and like
would come. You had like a full like cheer squad of like bros from high school,
and they thought it was so dope.
That's awesome.
They like loved it.
They got it.
Yes, they were just like everyone just thought it was cool.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Like because I would like when people ask like. People do ask like, were you picked on? Like, were a lot of people like call you gay and stuff like that? And I'm like, no. I go, they supported it and I think the only reason why is because I was so damn good. Mm-hmm. Like I was so good that they were just like, that's crazy.
Yeah, that's crazy. I feel like a lot of people who were on like competitive cheerleading who were really good the guys weren't really picked on in the same way. And then I feel like the Tumblr guys were always gay. The ones who tumbled. And then if I felt like, at least when I was there, if you weren't gay and you were a tumbler, you kind of wanted people to think you were gay because the gay guys were better at tumbling.
They were the best.
So everybody was like, I'm gay,
the better performers,
even though they weren't.
They were always center jumps.
They just like wanted to be. So there wasn't a lot of like, it was kind of a weird bubble of like people weren't, because in that time I feel like being gay in the like early 2000s wasn't the same as being gay now, but I didn't feel that in cheerleading or like around at all. It was kind of like a respect, or like if you were a guy doing it, it was like cool. Like you had to be super strong to do it. So I think people knew it was.
Well, even early on, like when I first joined cheer, there was gay dudes on my team, but like growing up in my household, like the first household I lived in, like there wasn't like, we never like talked down on people like for who they are. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Even though I grew up in a very, very crazy household, we never like, it was never like a thing of like I've never known about like making fun of like gay people and stuff like that. So like joining cheer wasn't like, it was, I think I was just like immune to it. It's just like, they like dudes, or she likes women, or whatever. But whatever,
Yeah.
like it wasn't like there was nothing weird about it to me. You know what I mean? So like, it was, but like, yeah, like I'm telling you, these dudes, they would show up and they would get so excited. They're like, and I remember I'd be at school. I used to do front flips over people, like like people standing up. I'm like, let me flip. I'm like, bro, I go, I'll flip over you right now. And they're like, for real? I go, yeah, I got you. And the teachers would, like, that's what I'm saying. This was crazy. Teachers would watch. And then I go, all right, now, now put your arms up. And then I would like flip over them like that. Gosh. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you still do anything like that?
Just back tucks and stuff like that. Yeah, that's all I got.
So
that's the only one I got.
Crazy that you could do that. And everybody dates the guys on their team. Like I was telling Keita that earlier. He said something like, we're talking about Letterman jackets. I was like, I don't have one actually. And he's like, you don't have one of your ex-boyfriends? And I was like, no, I dated cheerleaders or drug dealers. And like sometimes they were the same person. Sometimes it was the same guy. Like it's like a weird thing where you always end up dating your stunt partner, probably.
Yeah, that's pretty likely.
Most likely. And my sister had like a record of doing that, of just dating every stunt partner of hers.
It like comes with that. I don't know. It's like I guess it just comes with the territory or something. I don't know. Like,
well, you're with that person all the time.
All the time. Yeah.
Okay, hold on a second. Because you are both cheerleaders, let me ask two questions. What is the worst thing about cheerleading that a person wouldn't necessarily think of if they're not a cheerleader? And what is like the coolest or the most interesting thing that a common person wouldn't know?
Okay. I think the worst thing about cheerleading that people wouldn't think of is I feel like I've touched on this before, but I feel like in the Netflix cheer documentary and stuff, they don't really talk about this, but the like stuff that people are doing to their body. There's so many eating disorders amongst girls. Girls are super encouraged to have eating disorders and like be teeny tiny, especially on the co-ed teams that like we were on. There's like 8 girls and only 6 of them are flyers. Yeah. And it's really based on your size. And if not, you get thrown onto the other team. Yeah. And like, it's such a like, like my coach even told me should I say his name? Whatever. Do you know Parky? Yeah. Okay, Parky. Yeah. He's such a nice guy, but like, I love him, but he's also like, everybody's so indoctrinated into cheerleading. When I got my scholarship to go to Hawaii, he told my mom that if I gained any weight, I'd lose my scholarship. And I was like this size when I left. And I remember thinking like, that's crazy. I would never gain any weight. And then I did get like a really bad eating disorder when I was there. And I was like the star of the team. Yeah. So I feel like if you have an eating disorder and you can do it as a girl.
I think that's like a major issue for sure. Cause it's like, cause they do like weigh-ins. Yeah. I mean, I know like, for my team, one of the teams I cheered at, like we did weigh-ins, and I was like this feels weird, you know what I mean? But also like at the same time, it is a safety issue.
But not for the guys, though.
Not for guys. No. but I will say there is like a safety thing when it comes to like flying someone that should not be in the air, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but like, you can also tell by not weighing them.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like you can tell. You should be like, I think everybody kind of knows. Like and it's also sometimes a height thing. It's like you're too tall, and because of how tall you are, it doesn't matter how little you are. You're heavier. Your height, and
exactly.
like you're harder to throw.
Yeah.
So they want everybody to be. I mean, I was tall on my team. I'm 5'1", and I was tall on my team. So
that is crazy.
My sister was 5'2", and I remember when we were in high school, she got this like major growth spurt. She was tiny. She's a year younger. And she came downstairs one day, we were having a family party, and she was like, I am so freaking tall. And she was 5'2", and everybody was like, what is she talking about?
Wow.
And I was like, she's about to get kicked off our team because she's too tall,
Yeah, there is like a lot of like, even when I like coached, like I've had to like talk, and then it's like you can tell when they have the eating disorder too, because they're like, they're. I remember this girl. She would just get like she would do a round off, and it would like hurt her.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Which is like a very, very like it's like a warm up skill.
Yeah,
it's like,
not even barely. Some people don't even warm up with it.
It's like even it's like pretty much like very, very minimal thing. But she would hurt, and you could just tell. You know what I mean? And
like people get like super woozy at practice. I mean,
Yeah.
you're pushing your body into like extreme like craziness
yeah.
and like you feel like you're gonna pass out.
for sure. So like, I would say that's like probably one of the worst things. For
And
sure.
also the fact that like all of my coaches and a lot of people on my team the guys were so much older. I remember
Yeah.
my coach in Chicago. I cheered at this gym called Ice Athletics, which is now
In
like
Chicago?
in the new
Yeah. I know.
So
yeah.
I basically went there when it started. My sister and I had moved there from Texas to Chicago.
Yeah.
And everybody used to call us Texas because we were really good at cheerleading. We came
Yeah.
in and we were like really
Yeah.
good at cheerleading. And
Is that in Naperville?
yeah.
Yeah.
And we were on this other team that was falling apart. And then somebody's like, I'm starting this team in Naperville. So we went there and like everyone from this other gym left because
Oh,
we
wow.
went.
Yeah.
And like then whatever, that caused like a whole controversy. But so
Yeah.
basically we were there when Ice Athletics started. But my coach used to always be like, it was an hour away from my house, but he'd be like, come in my office and drink wine after practice and stuff. And he's just like 27 or something. And I was
Yeah.
definitely 16, 17.
Oh, he was doing that?
Yeah. And then he took me to, on like a college, I thought I wanted to cheer at Texas Tech
Yeah.
because I don't know what I was thinking. And I went to Texas Tech to like meet
It's a
people.
pretty solid school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's good, but it's more like football cheerleaders.
Oh, got to like kind of
Yeah.
game day.
Yeah.
They're
They're
really
big
good
on
now.
that.
I know. I still pay attention to cheerleaders. I be watching it.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
good now.
I keep up. Yeah, because I have so many friends that are still in
I
it.
know it's crazy. That's
know.
the other thing people don't know. People are like still
Yeah,
in it
they're
for
not
a long
competing.
time.
They're just like
Yeah,
coaching
somehow
now, so-
part of it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
But I remember he took me on this like college tour and he like tried to hold my hand in the rental car and I was like, Mom, he's so weird. And she's like, I don't know if she knew about the hand holding thing, but she was like, he's just nice. He believes in you. And I was like,
You know, it was so wild is that like, I mean, it's crazy. Like thinking about it was just wild.
yeah, because everybody,
You know.
there's like they want the tiny girls on the teams with the
Yeah.
older people. So there's
Yeah.
a lot of like, for girls, there's a lot of age discrepancy, stuff like that.
For sure.
And then he went to jail. Like 3 years later, he went to jail for sleeping with underage girls. And I was like, did he just believe in me, Mom?
I know, right? Yeah, yeah.
Was he just supportive?
Mom,
Like,
what were you thinking?
She was like, I just thought he liked to take you to dinner and like believed in your cheerleading ability, you know.
Wow.
So I just think there's a lot of that.
There's for sure.
Just like gymnastics.
Yeah, just like gymnastics. Yeah. There's like, I mean, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah,
You know?
it's crazy.
Yeah, I always think about like there was such like an age gap.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like I remember being in college and some of the guys on my like I was like 21 or 20, 21 or 22.
Mm-hmm.
And some of the guys like some of the people on my team, not even just guys, but there was some girls too that were like close to 30.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean?
Like you never have to leave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then I remember being 30 and like I was like, I could never be like just be in college. You
Yeah,
know what
I know.
Like thinking about that, and then because I've like fully got out of cheerleading. I think when I was 28, I just kind of
Okay.
like
So you stayed
fell out
in
of
for
it.
a while though.
Yeah. So like I'll tell you a crazy story. So like I was doing I always wanted to quit cheerleading, but my
Mhm.
friends were always like, "Yo, just join this like international team." Like
Yeah.
co-ed, level 6,
I
whatever.
feel like that stuff started like
Yeah.
right as I was leaving.
Yeah.
These like international teams.
Yeah,
And they're
like
like trying to find a way for people to stay in.
Yeah, and I was
past
just like,
college.
man, but I was just kind of like lost because I remember. So when I was at Louisville, so I went from Trinity Valley to Louisville, but I didn't even finish the full season at Louisville because I had a best friend die, and I
Oh,
started stand up comedy
Okay.
around that time, right? Because the only thing I was so that's how I got into comedy. Someone dared me to do it, right?
Whoa.
And so then when my best friend had died, the only thing I did, I just stayed in my room and just watched comedy. That's all I did. I just watched comedy, right?
Yeah.
And so I just started studying it, all this
This
stuff.
is your thing.
Yeah. And
This
so,
is how you learn things.
Yep. This is how I learned.
Mhm.
This is how I learned.
You just watch the videos. Yeah.
So I realized I was like, I need to get out of Louisville and go back home, to
Mhm.
Arizona, because I was like, man, I don't want to cheer anymore. I was like, I actually like dig dig this comedy stuff. And then, you know, I moved back home, you know, started doing comedy, stuff like that. And I remember when I moved back home, one of my buddies was like, man, you know, we could use you on this international team. Like I said, I was really good.
Yeah.
Really good. You know, pop up the video here.
I'm sure you were really good. I was also really good too. I know, I can tell you were good.
Yeah.
I feel like
Pop up that highlight video right now. Yeah, there you go. But yeah, so, you know, I just, you know, I just wanted to get out of it. But cheerleading is a very hard thing to get out of, especially if it's all you know and if you've done it for so long. I can see how people get stuck in it because it's like, you know, you can make some money. You're not going to make a lot of money, but you'll make enough money to like live comfortably by doing private lessons and, you know, coaching tumbling classes.
Or designing cheerleading shirts,
Yeah,
which everybody does.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
you know,
like the
there's ways to make money in it, you
yeah.
know. But I was just like, I just didn't have it. I didn't want to. And I tried to coach. I wasn't a good coach at all. I was not a good coach because I had the mentality like, I'm like, how are you not understanding this the way I understand it? You know, which is like the worst way to coach.
Yeah.
I was just like, you don't get this? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I was just like, this kind of dumb.
Like, I only want to coach really good people.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I think I would say I was a horrible coach. I was not good at, you know, coaching cheerleading. But, you know, and so yeah, I was, you know, doing comedy. And then I remember I moved to Orange County because I was just like, okay, that'll get me closer to LA.
That's so funny that you chose to move there and not LA.
Well, I had a family friend that like, it was like a family friend situation that like lived out there. And so I was just like, you know, I'll do that, you know, and I was working valet, but again, one of my buddies was like, hey man, like we could use you on this team. And I was just like, bro, like if I join one more damn team.
Yeah.
And around this time, I'm like 25, which is like 25, 26, which is like, you know, late in the game for like cheerleading, I think.
Yeah,
you know
it is.
like,
but it's not totally uncommon. People are definitely still going.
Yeah, I'm like 25, you know. So I joined this team. It was like the college level or whatever. So you can do like all the double full baskets and all that stuff, right? And I joined this team and like we're having like an undefeated season, you know, or whatever. And where were we going? Oh, we were going to Worlds. We were going to Worlds. Okay. Right.
Worlds is a big competition.
Right? And and listen, this gets emo, but like don't, you know, I'm okay. All right. So when I land in Florida, because we compete at the
like the Epcot Center, right?
Epcot. I was like, what is it called? Epcot Center.
Yeah.
At Disney World.
Yeah.
Yes. This was 2013. I get a call that my brother died.
Oh my God.
Yeah. I get a call that my brother died. And I'm like, I just had landed. I'm in baggage claim trying to get my bags. And I was like, what the fuck? You know? And I remember my coaches were like, immediately they were like, we'll get you on the first flight out of here. They were like, I was like, nah. I was like, my brother's the only person that's ever seen me compete. So I was like, I said, we're going to rock this. Right.
Wow.
I said, we're going to do this. And it's funny because it's cheerleading. You know?
That is.
Yeah. So I was just like, I said, we're going to do this. And we won.
Amazing.
It was so crazy. I can't, like, thinking about it now, it's like, I can't believe I did that.
Yeah.
I can't believe I was just like, you know, like, you know, because I was, one of the, like, you know, dominant figures on that specific team, you know, like I had a lot of like major roles in that routine that just obviously could not be like replaced. You know what I mean? And I don't think we didn't even have any alternates.
Yeah.
Maybe we had a few, but like none
not
that
the
were
ones
just
you
gonna.
want.
Not
Not
ones
the
that are
ones
gonna
that
like,
should have been on the
you know,
alternates are alternates for a reason.
Yeah. It was like who's gonna fill his position,
Yeah.
you know? And I say we had a lot of good people on the team. But yeah, you know, and it was 3 days of that competition because you do like the pre whatever, and then the semi, and then
the final.
You got to make it to finals, and you know, like, you know, and it was crazy. It was crazy that I did that, you know. And then but after that competition, that's when I was like, I'm done cheerleading.
Do you
I'm
feel
done.
like you kept it together through the competition and then you like
I
had
don't
your
even- I
moment
don't even know
after? Or you
how.
just were
Oh yeah, I
kinda
had my
like,
moment after for
you
sure.
kind of were like on a
Yeah, well, because I
something
thought
took over you and you're like, I have to do this.
something took over
Yeah.
me for sure, and there was like I was like I don't know what I would do if I went home.
Mm-hmm.
It was like there's nothing I could like
Yeah.
really do.
Yeah.
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah.
So I was just like,
And that's so cool that your brother's the only one who'd seen you.
Yeah, he's
cheer.
seen, like, straight up
that's
seen me
really cool.
compete.
Yeah.
straight up see me beat those other teams. Was cracking, homie. Yeah, it was good. Yeah. Anyways, I'm sorry about that. Just I get a little aggressive. But and I remember I stayed in cheerleading a little bit, like coaching wise after
Mhm.
that, because like I said, it was it was just such a familiar thing, and I just felt close to that, especially after losing my brother.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I was very, very lost, very, very lost.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't know what to do. I
Mhm.
stopped doing stand up.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I stopped.
Wow.
And I was just coaching cheer and doing valet.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was just coaching cheer and working at a hotel doing valet.
How
I
long
had
did
no-
you
I-
stop for?
3 years.
Oh my
But
gosh. Wow.
I would go watch comedy shows.
And you would be able to watch and you wouldn't feel
Yeah, I would
like I
watch.
need to like,
Yeah.
yeah.
And there was times I had the urge and I would go do like an open mic. And then I
Mhm.
was just like, oh, this is horrible. I was like, I don't feel good about this. And so yeah, it was pretty much like 3 years of like, not being active in it. And I was just like, I don't think I'll ever do this again,
And then
There's
what switched?
Well, at these homies that were performing at the Tempe Improv,
Okay.
right? Brent Morin and Jason Collins, where they were
Mhm.
performing at the Tempe Improv or whatever back home. And they were, I remember Brent came up to me. He goes, "You're going up tonight. You're going to do guest spot." And I was like, what? I was like, oh,
Uh-huh.
sheesh. And I remember when I went up there, I did a guest spot. I had like a few things,
Uh-huh.
kind of written out. And I remember going up there and I was like, that was the first time I like was honest on stage.
Okay.
And where I felt honest,
Uh-huh.
where I felt like I wasn't like, trying to be
Yeah.
funny and just like,
Like
Kind of
hiding
letting-
behind like your jokes kind of
Yes.
in a way. You were
Yeah.
just being real.
I was just being real.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? I was just being so honest, and that feeling made me go, "Oh yeah, I think this is what I'm supposed to do."
Mm-hmm.
And that was 2016.
Okay.
So 2013 is when I stopped, and in 2016 it was
When you came back.
when I went full force. I just went like I got addicted.
I
Still
feel
addicted.
like that's kind of like, I think that cheerleading personality where you have to like throw yourself all the way in to be good is the same
Yes.
as stand up, where you have
Yeah.
to throw yourself all, like you have to, if you want to be good, you have to live at the gym. If
Yeah.
you want to be good at stand up, you have to do it like
Yeah.
all the time.
Mhm.
And you have to be like, I'm going to be there all the time.
1000%. Also, like it's very, to my mom thinks it's very weird that I do stand up.
Really?
Oh yeah. She
Did
thinks
she
it's
think
so
it was more
wild.
normal that you were a cheerleader?
Did she think that was normal? I don't think they understood it.
Okay.
I just don't think they understood cheerleading because, like,
It's
if you
easier just to not understand
yeah,
cheerleading.
yeah,
Stand up is way, yeah.
because she and everyone in my family knows me as being shy,
Mm-hmm.
so they think it's wild that I go up there and like do stand up and like have this like personality up there,
Mhm.
But I'll tell you what, and I just had this conversation last night with a friend, where I get my funny from,
Yeah, yeah.
right? So one was my brother. He was super funny. He
Okay.
was the extrovert,
Mhm.
and people knew me as kind of like a
Is
little
he
bit more
old- was he
quieter.
older or younger?
He was 2 years older.
Okay.
Right. And so, but like I was active around my friends, but if I didn't know you, I was a little bit more,
Cautious.
I was
yeah.
pretty reserved.
Yeah.
Right? And the other place I get my funny from is like from my gay friends,
Mhm.
like the dudes I cheered with,
Yeah.
because there's just like their personalities are so big.
There's
And,
no
like,
walls up. There's nothing
yeah,
being
and
held
it's-
back.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
they're so well animated. Like
Mhm.
people give me a lot of compliments on like my like facial
Uh-huh.
you know,
On your
express
facials?
Yeah, my facials.
Your
Yeah, I know,
winks and your
yeah.
nods. You still have good facials and stand
I know, right? Yeah. Like on stage, they're like,
Yeah.
oh, you have like these expressions that are
Yeah.
just so like that really pop out your jokes, and I always tell them it's because of cheerleading.
Yeah,
you know,
I mean
it's
that's a
'cause,
good
like,
observation. Yeah,
yeah. And but
that's
don't
true
get me wrong,
because I
there's
feel like
some,
I'm pretty animated
Yeah,
too,
yeah.
and I feel like I wonder if it's also because of cheerleading
yeah,
stuff. I've
yeah,
never really thought of that
1000%
before.
is, but that got ignited because watching guys like Eddie Murphy.
Yeah,
So Eddie Murphy's like really, I mean,
would have been a great cheerleader.
Yeah, he would've
Eddie
been- he would've
Murphy
been great,
would have
yeah.
been a great.
You know,
Can
like,
you imagine? I
even-
feel like he actually really would have been.
Yeah, he
really
would have been really good.
Yeah.
He would have been really good. But like I just saw like the brightness in like his face
Yeah.
on stage and with his jokes, and I was just like, oh. And so then I thought about cheerleading, and I was like, oh, okay. So I kind of tied that together. But like, and then like a lot of my gay friends, they say like they just have the funniest sayings. Like the funniest sayings.
Yeah.
Like, and it's just so quick and like
Yeah.
like there. Like
Yeah.
some of the funniest people I
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know,
yeah.
like I was talking to a buddy of mine like a few weeks ago, and he was telling me about this guy that he was like talking to.
Uh-huh.
Nothing ever happened between him, and I know the guy, that he was talking about, but nothing ever happened between them.
Uh-huh.
And he was like, and all of a sudden he just ghosted me. And then I was like, so what'd you do? He goes, oh honey, I don't chase, I replace. And when he said that, I was like, that is the funniest thing I've ever heard.
Yeah.
But it's just like he
Yeah.
just like
just
it was
like
just
came right. Yeah.
just came right at him. And I
Yeah.
was just like, wow. Like, so like they have these like sayings
Yeah.
that just like, I don't know where they come from.
Yeah.
But they're just hilarious.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah. So
yeah.
a
So
lot
I
of
think that's where
cheerleading is like
a lot of
yeah.
cheerleading is, so like all of it makes sense. Like, so from, doing like the martial arts stuff, like,
Yeah.
sorry, like doing watching the martial art films, learning all
I
the
love that you're
backflips.
like doing it.
Yeah,
actually
I was
watching
like,
it.
I was like watching it. I was like watching it. And then to skateboarding, because I also did skateboarding. And then that transitioning to cheerleading, it all makes sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then the transition from cheerleading to stand up, like I could, all of it makes sense. They're all very different things, but me doing them and like it, I'm like, it all makes sense. And when I
Yeah.
tell people how, they're like, oh, that actually does make a lot of sense.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
I do. And I do feel like there's something in cheerleading that's like really deeply competitive, so
Yeah.
cutthroat. So like you have to work so hard
Yeah.
and to be good that it feels like, and you could actually die doing it, but
Yeah.
it feels like anything else after that is
Yeah.
fine.
It's fine.
You're like, oh my God, okay, I have to
Well, you
come
have to
out
go
here and
through
do
that practice,
this.
especially when you prepare
Yeah.
for like Daytona and you're like doing the 2-a-days and
Yeah.
like you're just like our bodies are just drained from like
Shriveled up and
constantly
like
throwing.
our muscles are hurting.
If
So
I go,
and
if I
like
throw this girl in the air one more time, I swear.
Yeah.
And I was like, and I wasn't. Some people hated cheering with me for sure. I wasn't like, I was aggressive about it because I was just like, I don't do this to suck. You know what I mean? Like
I feel like
do
you
this
and
to
my
be
sister
good.
probably would have been the best
Yeah.
partner stunt team. I was always on the best team, and my sister was the best one on the best team.
Yeah.
I feel like she's probably your year. I'm sure you've stunted with her before at some
Yeah.
point. She almost went to Louisville too, but then she
Oh,
came
really?
to Hawaii. Yeah, but she might. Her
What's her
name's
name?
Chelsea. It used to be Ross.
What's her last name?
Chelsea Ross.
I'm gonna look her up.
I'm
You
sure.
can show me her after.
Do you know Darnell Brown?
Yeah, of course.
That was her stunt partner for a long time.
Oh, wow.
And her
Yeah.
boyfriend for a while.
Uh-huh.
My sister was the one who kind of just like dated all the stunt partners and
Yeah.
kind of just like it ended up causing a lot of drama
Oh,
on the
it
team,
always
but she
does.
was also the best
That's
one on the
that
team.
always
And so
causes
everybody
drama on
was
the team.
like, she's so good.
Yeah, yeah.
She was I was really good. She was like fearless
Uh-huh.
and really good in a way where she'd be the one to try everything first.
Yeah.
You know, we'd be
Yeah.
like, oh, we have to, and I'd have to look away. I felt like a little bit like her mom because she's a year younger than me. And I would get so nervous for her because she was
Yeah.
doing crazy shit all the time.
Yeah.
But she was just like so good. And she always followed me everywhere I went and just always was the star. And I was
Yeah.
like living in my little sister's shadow all the time. Everybody would be like,
You're
"Oh,
like-
you're Chelsea Ross's big sister, huh?" And I'm like, "Yeah."
I have a name.
I'm like, "I'm also really good. I also am
Yeah.
on the best team in the. I'm also really good."
Yeah.
But yeah, she just was like that. But yeah, I'm sure. I feel like I bet we've seen each other at least at Daytona or something,
sure.
and we've probably got. I used to get blackout drunk after Daytona.
Oh, same.
And then in Hawaii, we had to take the bus at like 4 a.m. back to the airport. And one time I was so drunk that I don't even remember getting. I woke up on the plane. My teammates had got me on the plane somehow because I like blacked out, and I woke up on the plane and I was like,
Another thing that people may not know about cheerleaders, we drink
yeah.
hard.
Oh my God, we
Hard,
got
like,
really hard.
hard.
And we had this
Hard.
thing where we had turned one of our HPU megaphones into a beer bong.
Yep.
And we used to
it's
use it at
common.
parties. Like
Yep.
we'd hold, like somebody would hold a girl on their hand up here,
Yep.
and you'd use the beer bong, and they'd do the beer bong while
Yeah.
holding them in a stunt.
And for some reason, we always stunt when we're drunk.
Yeah, and we're really good at it
And
when we're drunk.
yeah,
You're
we're always
so
doing
much
flips.
better when
We're
you're
always
drunk.
battling each other.
Yeah, everybody's doing
I'm
flips.
telling you, like,
We had standing full checks. The guys would all do
Yep,
standing full
yep.
checks and like be like wasted,
Wasted.
in the, like 3 a.m. and somebody would be like standing full check, and everybody would get up and do it. That's
Yep.
so insane.
insane.
We also lived in
Insane.
Hawaii, so we were like flipping. People were like flipping off cliffs and doing
Yeah.
just like constantly doing. One guy on our team went to flip off this cliff, and he jumped off the cliff, and he slipped though. So it was like a 40-foot cliff into this pond. He slipped, and he landed half in the water and half on the rocks, and he broke both of his legs. And he had to go home. And we all kept flipping off that cliff.
No,
Because we were
won't stop. Yeah, it
cheerleaders.
doesn't, it doesn't scare us.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, everybody's like, well, that's his fault. He
Yeah.
slipped. What an
it's like,
idiot.
yeah, what the hell? Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but I was like the kind of guy on a team, like, I would go so hard. Like,
Mhm.
if like, because I'm just like, you're not supposed to fuck up. You're
Mhm.
supposed to, like, we're supposed to, like, kill this shit, you know?
Mhm.
And I remember there's one time we had to do something. There was this, we were filming something. We were like, we had to do this like footage. It was after taping, you know, you had to do
Yeah.
taping, but like we still wanted to do it just to like
Taping
whatever.
was like what you had to show your skills so
Yeah.
you could go to nationals.
So you could go to,
everybody would like
you had to
tape-
get approved
Yeah.
to go to nationals.
Mhm.
But I remember we were doing these like, it was like a group of like just toss awesomes, right? It was
That's
like
where you
big-
like throw a girl up and catch her in one hand.
Yeah, but it was like a big group of us, right? And the one thing about me is like it was very hard for me to stunt very tiny girls, right?
Okay.
So you had to give me like someone with some like I'm like, give me that girl. You know, like give me
Like
the one
muscle?
that didn't make weight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so there was one girl though, you know, she's a little bit bigger, right?
Uh-huh.
And I remember I was hitting every single one,
Uh-huh.
and then there was people with smaller girls that were dropping,
Uh-huh.
and I was getting pissed because I'm like I was getting exhausted, but I wasn't dropping,
Mm-hmm.
and I was centered, right? And then I was just like, I'm not doing it anymore until you guys learn how to hit. And then my teammates were getting mad at me.
Mm-hmm.
They were like, what? You don't care about the team, stuff like that. I go, I don't care about the team. Oh, I go, bitch, what? And so I grabbed the girl, right, threw her up, you know, did the stunt. Then right after that, I did a tumbling pass. I said, go.
Oh my gosh. I feel like you and my
I go.
sister would have been like,
I go, can any of y'all do that? Oh, no, you can do that. Oh, okay. So do I not care about the team? Because I care enough to be good? I was like crazy like
I miss
that.
cheerleading practices
I was
so much. That's
crazy
such
like
a
that.
cheerleading practice
Yeah,
thing.
I know.
That's such a cheerleading
I
practice
go,
thing.
you gonna do better than that? I was like, because I think I'm working hard. You know, I would go crazy like that. And then I remember when I got to a point, like as I got older, you know, because I got a little bit bigger. You know what I mean? Like I was like, you know, obviously I shouldn't have been the size I was, being able to like flip as good as I could.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like at the time, I was like, you know, 220, which is not like, like people that know cheerleading, like if someone's just a tumbler, they're like the tiniest person.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like me, I was just like, you know, I was just that guy, right?
Uh-huh.
And I remember, you know, because when you're preparing for these competitions, you got to do your full outs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Name of the pod. You got to do your full. You got to go.
Yep.
You got to do these full outs, before you like actually go and compete. Because it's like, all right, now we're gonna do the full out routine, and you do like a few of them, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I would always go. I'm doing one, and that's it. I'm going one full out. Like I was like, I'll do like the stunts and stuff like that. But I was like, I'm only doing my tumbling full out one time, right? And so I would do the routine, and then they're like, why isn't Shapel not tumbling? Why is he not tumbling? I said, put on a weight vest and then tumble.
Oh my gosh, Shapel.
Put on a weight
I feel
vest.
like
Put on a weight vest and then tumble. I go, do I hit everything every time at every competition? You don't. Oh, all right. I'm telling you,
I know people like you at practice. Like I know people like you. It's it's so funny. It's bringing me back to like memories I haven't thought of, and so it's like I feel very familiar.
Yeah, I know.
This.
Like just
I'm
hearing
like,
me
I'm
talk that
sure
way.
I would. Yeah, it's so funny.
I was just like, I weigh 220. How much do you weigh? I go, I'm not doing full out tumbling every time.
That's so funny.
Yeah, I was like, I hit it every time.
So funny. These
I hit it every time.
Fights that people have at practice over stuff like that.
Yeah, I'm telling you, like I was like.
Also, if somebody's like just really fucking up, how pissed everybody gets at this one. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
And also,
yeah.
I think the last time I fell on a tumbling pass in a competition may have been my first few years. After that,
so
never
funny.
happened again. So
That is so funny.
I'm telling you, I would go, like people would piss me off.
I get it. Yeah.
And if anyone ever tried to like question anything I did, I go, oh, what? And then I would just throw a skill. I go, do that.
That is
Then you can talk to
so
me.
funny.
But otherwise, you can't talk to me. You can't tell me anything.
Funny.
I would even do it to certain coaches. I'm like, can you coach this skill right here? And I would do the skill.
I also feel like coaches are like all kind of our age in some way at a
some way,
certain
yeah,
point.
yeah.
So you're kind of like, you're kind of on the team, but you're not.
You're kinda on the team, yeah. It was just like.
It's so funny. My sister, one time I called her, I was in Hawaii. She was still in Texas. She was like one of these people that when she was a junior, they put her on our team at U of H and gave her like a fake band class just so she could compete with us at university.
That's
She
funny.
was like so good that I was like, I'm trying to get away from her. I'm in college. And my high school sister is now back on my team somehow.
I know.
But I called her one time. She just competed, I think at like Worlds or something. And she was still on an all-star team. And I was like, how'd it go? And she's like, well, my team, she's like, I did great. My team sucks.
Yeah.
And I hear my mom being like, Chelsea, they're all standing right here. And she's like, I don't care if they suck. They dropped all their stuff. Like, I hit everything. Like, she was like that all the time. She's like, you're terrible.
It's true. Cheerleaders are divas.
Yeah.
I was a diva. I was like, I can't even front. Like, I wasn't like that all the time. It was only when someone would like question like my ability or anything that I was doing.
Yeah, we had one guy on our team
Yeah.
who like wasn't the good one on the team, but he was on steroids, so he'd always had
Naturally,
roid,
of course.
Like we were all on diet pills. The guys were on steroids, but
Yeah.
he would have these like roid rage meltdowns at practice and just like lose his mind. And, like,
Which is
I was the
another
one.
common thing.
Yeah,
And it's more so common in like college, like cheer. Like
yeah.
dudes
Then
like
like
they feel like they need to do steroids to become better, but
we had
actually
this.
some of them doesn't even make them that better.
This guy wasn't
I'm like,
helping
I'm like,
him
bro, you
at
still
all.
suck.
He was
Like-
like still half on the mat, maybe.
That's
And
what
like
I'm saying. I'm like, just learn the skills, bro. Like the steroids are going to teach you the skill.
I remember I went in the
Like
bathroom.
what? Like
One time I went in the bathroom and I saw this guy. He was like not very smart. He was in the women's bathroom scooping protein powder into his mouth and swallowing it with the sink water. And I was just like, what are you doing in here? Like
listen, the
they're just
meatheads in
constantly-
cheerleading are like so dumb.
There's some, and there's like 3 or 4 on a team, I feel like.
There's
and then the
always,
rest
there's
are
always
like
like a
normal.
few. There's
Yeah.
always a few that are just on the team, and you're like,
This guy who's like the biggest meathead on our team, it started like going around on social media, all the cheerleaders being like, did you see he's a doctor? He's a doctor now. And we're like, what? And then we looked into it a little bit further. He's like a self-identified doctor of like something medicine. And we're like, he's not a doctor.
No,
Thank
no.
God. That would have really scared me about what happened in the
Yeah.
world, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
exactly.
If he was actually
yeah,
a doctor.
You meet some characters in cheerleading.
Yeah.
But
Which is great for
this.
like acting and stuff.
This is the one thing I've learned about like that I love that cheerleading gave me. It taught me how to be around women.
That's true.
Like-
That's good. Yeah.
Like that was like it just taught me how, like, to see to see women in a way that like because I mean, like, I'm around like hot girls all the time, but like I'm not like a horn dog for them. You know what I mean? Like, even though I remember like guys that weren't on cheer or whatever, that'd be on campus, they're like, yo, you ain't hitting that. You ain't hitting that. I go, her? Hell no. Hate her.
They're like your siblings at a certain
I
point.
I hate her so much.
I hate her so much.
I hate that bitch. I do not like her at all. She's not gorgeous to me.
That's so
you know what I
funny.
mean? Meanwhile, they are gorgeous, but I'm just like, not to me.
Not anymore.
You know what I mean?
Not
like,
now that you know them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And I was like, I know her too well. And then that's even like carried with me today.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, just like meeting women and stuff like that. I'll just point it out and I'll be like, that's not it.
Yeah, you can like see behind the facade.
No.
You
Yeah,
see behind the facade of it.
No.
Yeah.
I was like, you remind me of this one girl I cheer with, and I did not like her.
That is so funny.
But like also like, just understanding women in a different way. Cause like, yeah, like I think, a lot of guys are playing sports where it's just them and their, homies on the team. And so all they really have is like this idea and what they think, like how to treat a woman, you know what I mean? And unless they have some like guidance or stuff like that. But like, I think being on a cheer team and like, there was times I was the only dude on the team. So, that was like back in the day when I was in like high school, when I was the only dude on the team. And like, I go to these like, we would have these like team sleepovers and stuff like that. And like, their families like trusted me and stuff like that, because I really did not. I mean, there was some I liked, but there was some I was just like, I couldn't. I think about it now. I'm like, there's some like there were some girls that I cheered with so gorgeous that I am so happy that I never have to talk to them ever again.
I wonder if it's this one that I'm thinking of. I know somebody on your team that was on Louisville that I realized this weekend. I left Chicago and I moved back to Texas, and she kind of like stole my life in the weirdest way. And she, I'll tell you later who it is.
She a comedian?
No, not anymore. But it was like when I was cheering.
She was a comedian?
She was a cheerleader on my team.
I got it.
And she like tried to steal my boyfriend. She got the same car that I had. She started just like doing all the things I had done right when I moved.
Is she cheered at Louisville?
And then she went to Louisville, yeah.
Was she good?
Yeah. She was pretty good, yeah. She was pretty good.
I want to know so bad.
But I realized
cut this name out. Can you cut this name out? You know how to do that?
Her name is
Oh my God.
Are you friends with her? I know. I realized this weekend that you might know her, and this whole like saga story that I haven't thought about in years.
She's got like dark hair, blue eyes.
She's pretty. Yeah,
she's gorgeous.
She was like my little.
I was after her. Yeah, I was after her, but like
you were after her. Okay, she was like my kind of like we moved to Chicago, and me and my sister were the good ones, and then we kind of like brought her up with us.
Wow.
And then she got like it was the three of us kind of, and then we left, and she tried to steal my boyfriend. And then we went to nationals in Dallas, and it was like this whole thing because she was trying to like get with my boyfriend when I was like, it just was like a whole thing. And she got the same car as me. And then she just started like.
This was in high school?
Yeah, we were like senior. I was a senior in high school. It was right before I left for college.
Oh, were you older than her?
I'm a year older than her. Yeah.
Oh, got it. Yeah.
She's my sister's age, but yeah, I don't know. I just got freaked out that you know this whole weird part of my past life too, because nobody else here does. And I was thinking about it this weekend, and my husband and I were out of town, and I was like, oh my God, Chappelle's coming on the show. And then I was like, and I think I just realized that. And then I got obsessed with it, and I looked on Facebook to see if you guys were friends, because I'm like, that's old school. So that's where you would be friends with people still. And you are. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, he knows me in a different way than anybody else knows me. I'm like, he's going to know things that like, I just was like, this is so weird. I felt really weird for a second. I mean, cheerleading stuff is small world.
Cheerleading is a small world.
Really small world. And like.
When you're in it, it's like the biggest thing.
It's all you think it's the only thing.
I always think it's the only thing.
Why did nobody tell me putting this on a resume would mean nothing to anybody in the world ever? Nothing. I mean, I moved here and I was like, I'm burning my cheer shoes. I was like, I'm done.
Yeah.
And then I just played a cheerleader on TV since I got here. And and I like can't stop playing a cheerleader.
I know. I mean,
And I feel like I'm just like going, and now I'm like, well, I guess I'll do a podcast called Full Out because if I'm going to be that forever, then.
I mean, like there's like I'm pretty disconnected with it. Like as far as like, I'll watch teams like here and there because I still love the world of like the beauty and like choreography and like the routines and
the uniforms.
Uniforms are crazy to me, but like
the uniforms are insane. My husband's from Switzerland and he's like, you guys were wearing that when you were
Isn't
how
that crazy
old?
when
And
we
I
were-
was like, yeah,
the stuff we were, oh my God. Yeah.
I know.
I know.
And just like spraying ourselves down in aerosol glitter, like just like pink
And then
great
the
glitter.
hair, all the stuff.
I like weirdly,
Yeah.
I weirdly love it. And I wish I didn't. Like it's this part of me that's like, I wish I did not like what a cheerleading uniform looks like, but it's very appealing to me.
That's what I'm
And
saying. It has there's this weird addiction. Like it's addictive in a weird.
when I
like
moved
cheerleading.
here, I would put on, if it was an audition for a cheerleader, I called it my magic suit and I'd put my cheerleading uniform on. And I was like, well, I'm getting this job. Every time I put it on, I was like, I'm getting this job.
Yeah.
I know how to wear a cheerleading uniform. That's for
so
sure.
funny.
Yeah. But it is a weird thing where everybody kind of, I don't do anything with cheerleading anymore, but I do feel like it's this huge part of who I am.
Yeah.
And I'm not involved. I don't know who anybody is anymore.
Yeah, I don't know. Like, there's still some people I know for sure. Like one of my buddies, one of my really good friends that I cheer with, that we met in Louisville, and he owns his own like cheer gym. They're like really successful, and like his sons even do it. It's like adorable. Like so I go and visit like his gym, and I'll he'll be like, come by, come watch the teams, and I'm like, you know what? Sometimes when I get the itch, and I'll go in there, I'll do some back tucks and stuff like that. It's kind of cool in that aspect.
Yeah.
I do love that it was such a big part of my life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you used to make me think of something interesting. Like I was like, I didn't have an old coach, and now that I think about it, if I had like an old ass coach, I don't know if I'd like it.
I know,
I think because you kind of like need this like
you need them to be like a bit older than you, so they're cool.
yeah,
in a
and then
way,
they have to have this
much.
like fresh look to it and like be up to date
Yeah, totally.
on it. You know what I mean? I think that's like because it's like
That's
when
what
you think about football, it's
sucks
like
you in.
when you think about football, like you can have an old coach.
Yeah.
But like with cheerleading, it's just like you're too old for this. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
You need like you need like a
to
but-
keep them like young and cool,
Yeah,
that you can look up to them in a way.
Yeah, because
They're
my
like a role
homie he
model.
owns his own gym. He's how old is he? I think he's 36.
Yeah.
And he owns his own gym. He's successful. Like he's like kicking ass.
I mean, cheerleading is expensive, so you can like make money.
Yeah, him
doing
and his
that.
partner are like killing it. Like
Mhm.
like I said, his sons do it, and he's just like,
Yeah, I know. I feel like I don't want my daughter to do it. She's
Yeah.
5.5, and like she would really like it, I think. But
Yeah.
like I'm a little like I think it gave me a lot of good things, and I feel like my drive and like my like suck it up mentality is really good, maybe too good.
suck it up is the most common used phrase in cheerleading like ever.
My team, we would say losing hurts worse if we got hurt. We
Yeah,
just
yeah,
be
yeah,
like, losing
losing
hurts worse,
hurts
you know,
worse.
just like keep on going.
How about, oh,
like
well.
and like suck it. Like I
Get
think
up.
I can't stand if my husband's sick or something. I'm just
Yeah.
like, suck it up. Like
Yeah.
I could do everything so sick because like you didn't get to get off of practice if you were sick or something. You just went, you know? Yeah, we are.
We could talk about this all day.
I know. I feel like I did have one nightmare. Tell you quickly where I was like, well, I also have taken my daughter to gymnastics classes in LA,
Mhm.
and it is garbage joke. Like it's a
Really?
joke, you
I
know?
imagine it wouldn't be good in LA.
No, it's not. It's so weird. And same with the dance where they're like, we just want the kids to have fun. And
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
like,
like,
no, who's gonna like push her down until she's crying
Yeah,
so
exactly.
that she some coach.
actually, there's a really good dance studio.
Oh, there is. Okay.
Mhm, it's called Millennium.
Oh yeah, but I think
I
they have
love
to
the
be a
I
little
love the
older
I love
than
the world
that.
of dance as well.
Yeah, one of my friends teaches there.
I used to watch So You Think You Can Dance?
Yeah,
You know that?
me
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
When I
used to love
first
watching
moved
that.
here, I was like, I'm gonna be on So You Think You Can Dance for sure. Like that. Like I moved here from cheerleading. I was like, okay, so I'll get on TV and then I'll get on that
Yeah.
for sure. That's so funny. Okay, so stand up stuff. Like, what do you have coming up right now? Like you're touring all over.
Yeah, a lot of touring. I think the cool thing about my world with touring right now is like I'm starting to like sell a lot more tickets.
That's awesome.
That's like, which is like, you know, people don't know how hard that is.
Yeah, that is like
that
a
is
huge
like,
feat. Yeah.
It is it's tough. It is very, very tough, especially because there's so many comedians out there touring and stuff like that. So like, you know, you're almost in a sense like maybe not like kind of like kind of competing with like not that you're like intentionally competing, but it's just like like it's like, you know, if we're a lot of the people we perform for are like working class people, so it's like
they're not going to go out every single show. Yeah.
This person's coming. Let me take my pick. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah. So you know
awesome.
that's been like the coolest thing. Like my following, like fan base has been like growing and stuff
That's
like
awesome.
that. And I'm still not very used to getting like recognized because people would just be staring at me and I go, "What are you looking at?"
Yeah, you're like you.
And then they go, I'm just a fan. I go, "Oh, you want to lead with that?"
Oh my gosh, I feel like
you
your
gotta start off with
responses to them is still aggressive.
Yeah. I'm like, "Oh, what's your name?" Because I'm like, well, you're just staring at me,
taken
like,
off guard. Yeah.
Yeah. But a lot of people are very, very, very nice. Everyone's generous and stuff like that. But that's been like the thing
cool.
I've been most excited about is like the fact that I'm like going on the road and like they're like, "Hey, you sold out tonight." I'm like, "What?"
That's awesome. Yeah.
It's not selling out like the day before or stuff like that or whatever the week of, but it's like, you know, at least when I get there.
By the time you get there, that's
like,
so cool.
Sold out show tonight. I'm like, "Oh."
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And where can people find your show? Like, where?
Oh,
can they find
just
you?
ChapelleLacey.com. Like, all I ever care about is people to come see me live. Like, just
He's
pull
so
up.
fun to see live. So you should
thank
definitely
you.
go see
Thank
him
you.
live. Yeah.
It's the cheerleader in me. People get mad when I don't do my cheerleading joke, and it was a joke I did. I recorded like I've done it. I mean, it's on 2 recordings or whatever. I think maybe a couple recordings, but people like get mad when I don't do the joke.
It's so funny. They
Yeah,
want
they're
the
like,
cheerleader.
I remember like doing a meet and greet. They're like, "Hey man, you didn't do the cheer joke,"
It's
and I
so
was
funny.
like, "You know the joke," and they're like, "But we want to see it live." I'm like, "Okay," so I just like save it towards the end or whatever.
I love it.
Yeah.
I feel like I have like a bunch of, I started doing some cheerleader jokes because I for a long time it was something I was kind of like hiding. I don't know if I was hiding or
Same.
just like a little like embarrassed by, but not because I wanted people to like get it and I think that documentary coming out was really helpful too because I was like, okay, they're going to get what I actually did. So many of my friends were like, I understand you so much better now. Like I get you so much more.
Because the thing that people were saying to us was, "Oh, like bring it on." I go, "No."
Yeah, no, you're like definitely not like
No, we're
that.
not.
Yeah. You're like ESPN cheerleading and they're like, they like
They're
just
like-
still don't really get it. They've seen like a second of it on
Yeah.
ESPN when they're flipping, but I feel like that helped people understand what it was.
Yeah.
And then I started doing some jokes about cheerleading and I have like a bunch of cheerleading followers now. Cheerleaders are like,
And I gained
Down
some too.
to
I'm
make
always
fun of
like,
it.
"Hey kid, don't follow."
I'm like, I hope you're a cheerleader who's like, I think the ones I have are cheerleaders who are out of cheerleading now, people who were past cheerleaders.
No, I'll see something. I'm like, "Hey kid, get out of here."
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
That is
Like,
so
what are you
funny.
doing?
You have like young kids.
Yeah, like,
You're like,
get the
go
hell
to
out of here.
practice.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so we do ask people a couple questions.
Okay.
It's not on this card. Okay, did you have a villain or like a nemesis in cheerleading?
No,
No?
I don't think I had like a villain.
Or no, or somebody who was like your rival?
I tell you this, there was people that would try to be my rivals, but I
Mm-hmm.
was so stoic with it that it like frustrated them even more.
That's so funny.
Like that's how I was, to where I was just like,
so
yeah,
you were
won't get
probably
me.
a lot of people's rival and you didn't have any.
Yep.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
they
You didn't let it get to you.
Oh, not at all. Cause like, my best friend that I cheer with, we've known each other for like 20 something years.
Uh-huh.
And, we cheer together, for years or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's my ride or die. Like and it was so funny. He would always like deal with this thing where like people on our team, there'd be like other guys on our team that'd be like, just like Shapel Lacey, like people didn't think I worked hard.
Okay.
Right. People didn't think I worked hard, but it's like I worked in a way that was like very different. Like people have to try so hard to like do anything that I was like trying to do.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I'm not saying I was like the best cheerleader of the nation, the world, whatever. There's a lot of really good, really talented cheerleaders. But I think when someone was on a team with me, like Tommy would notice, his name's Tommy. He would notice like people trying to like, you know, come for me. He'd be like, don't do it. He goes, he is a different breed. He is like an anomaly. Is what I'm saying, right? He was just like, he goes, you would hate yourself. You would like beat yourself up trying to like be competitive with him because he's not going to care. That was the thing. He's like, he's not going to care.
That's
because he knows, because the reason why I don't care is because I already know I won. I'm like, if you're frustrated at me because you can't do the, I go, oh, I won.
Yeah.
I go, yeah. So it may look like that I'm not trying hard.
I love that he was like blocking people from even
he
trying
was
to get to you. You're like,
he
don't have a
he
rival.
said in conversation, they would go, well, you know, Shapel, this, and this. And he goes, different guy, different breed.
That is so fun. Okay, we also ask people their biggest breakdown moment. Did you have a breakdown at any point?
In cheer?
Yeah.
A breakdown in cheer? What do you mean like a breakdown moment?
Like a breakdown,
like
meltdown,
like a revelation? Meltdown?
Yeah.
Oh, I had tons of them.
Yeah, what's one of your biggest meltdowns?
Man, what was one of mine? You know how many times I walked out of practice? I mean, I go, if you guys aren't going to work hard enough, then bye. And I would straight up leave. I love that. My biggest meltdown at a practice. I mean, I'm telling you, okay. I got this one. So one time, I remember this was in college. This is at Trinity Valley. Some of our teammates, we would go to this thing called the Oasis. It was like you had to like go through this like, you know, whatever, these kind of like backwoods area, and like, you know, walk quite a bit, and then all of a sudden like you're at this like, you know, water
restaurant on the cliff.
Yeah, like this beautiful water, and it's called the Oasis, and it was private property.
Oh, okay.
So you had to trespass to get over there. So some of our teammates like went one weekend, and then they got arrested for trespassing there, right? And I remember when they got back, our coach was like, you know, everybody's on punishment or whatever. I said, no, we're not. I go, I wasn't there. I go, what that got to do with me? You know, she goes, you guys are a team. I go, not when we was at not at the Oasis. I'll tell you that much. You know, and I remember I was so heated, right? And there was one guy that like he was one that went. He was one that got arrested, and he said something that made me jump at him. He goes, because she was like, we're gonna do more these like 6 a.m. morning runs. They're like, she was listing off all this like conditioning stuff that we were about to do that I did not agree with. And then she was like, you're on lockdown. You know what I mean? Like, meaning like we had to be in our dorm rooms by a certain time or whatever. Like, I think it was like 7 p.m. Like once 7 p.m. hits, everyone's got to be in their dorm rooms,
I feel
right?
like they used to tape our doors shut sometimes when
seriously.
we go to like Florida or something to make sure you didn't open it.
So I remember I was pissed that she was listing off all these rules, right? And I just kept going, nope. And then she was like, Shapel, you will do that. I go, no, I will not, right? and then one of the guys that got arrested, he was like, if he doesn't like it, he can leave. And I said, what'd you say to me? And I went to jump and like kick him. And I was like, I will kick you in your fucking chest. And I'm telling you, I went at him. And we had this big dude on our team named Hooper. Big guy. He was like,
of course, that's his name.
Yeah. He was like 6'5", but he was also a football player. He was a lineman or whatever, but he was a really good stunner, right? He was like, he was tall. And I remember he was way bigger than me, obviously. And he just like grabbed me. You know what I mean? It was just like, no, you know what I mean? Because I was about to kill this dude. Like, I was like, if you don't like it, he can leave.
Yeah.
I was like, you suck.
Yeah.
Like, you ain't even good at this.
Yeah.
You leave. You know what I mean? I And so
Did you guys end up having to do all the conditioning and stuff?
we did, but also I had to go to anger management.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
So I actually, so because of that, but it was okay. It was a buildup of outbursts that I had. I just kept having a lot of outbursts, but that was the one when I had jumped at him and like went to like, you know,
That is so funny. I feel like I would have been.
That's when they put me in anger management. They were like, you can't come to practice until you go to anger management.
Did it help?
Oh yeah.
It
was like the best. It was crazy that it was the best thing for me.
That's amazing.
It's like honestly crazy because most people don't think I went through anger management, but I've had 3 different anger management teachers.
Whoa.
I started going to anger. I started going to anger management at 15.
I feel like I need to go to anger management. Maybe I'll talk to you about that after
Yeah.
this.
I started
I
at
feel like
15.
my husband would be like, could you please go to anger management?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Started
Okay,
at
great.
15. I think. Well, I still talk to my last anger management teacher. Like he and I still talk or whatever. But like, I've been active in it. Basically since I was like 15.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
All because of cheerleading too.
Mm-hmm.
Cheerleading sent you to anger management. I love that.
Whoa.
Kind
That
of.
was they sent me the second time.
Sent you back.
Sent me
Cheerleading
back.
sent you back to
Sent
anger
me back to anger
management.
management. Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Well, thank you so much for doing this. I
Yeah,
could talk
thanks
to you
for
about
having
this forever in like
I feel like
the
we need a part
craziest
2.
way. I know. I'm like, we got a partner stunt before this is over.
Yeah.
All right. And people can find you at
At Shapel Lacey,
ChapelLacey.com
yeah.
or on Instagram.
Oh, yeah,
all the
Instagram, all that
things,
stuff.
the
Yeah,
things.
yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
great. Thanks so
Yeah.
much.
Thank
Bye,
you.
guys.
All right.